Hey, Puff.
Hey, what's
Episode
up?
14, you ready to go?
Oh, I'm ready.
All ready, here we are. We're doing it again.
The Rink a couple hours ago.
Did you? Who were you playing tonight?
We had to do the old Wednesday night doubleheader at Scarborough Centennial. The young guys, we fell 3-1 to the Ice Raiders. The older guys beat North York 4-1.
4-1. So you had a win and a loss. That's okay.
We had a 2-point
I was at that rink.
Yeah.
I was at that rink this Sunday. Scarborough.
Oh, yeah?
I haven't been there in years, I feel like, because it's like a community center. That's the one, right? It's kind of like a community center.
There's actually a second pad there that I've never seen, but apparently it's for figure skating. At that complex. Yeah.
Oh, really?
I've never seen it.
No, I've never seen it either. Anyway, I was there this Sunday because Ozzy had a game he played against his old team, the Ticats, on Sunday. Which we were able to, we pulled off a win as well.
Nice.
And we had a really good weekend. We also played Don Mills again.
Yes.
Because we had played them in the tournament twice.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Lost and then won. And then this weekend we played them again and we beat them again. I believe it was 1-0.
It was 1-0.
Tough game. Tough game in their rink. Really good, really great hockey. It's some of the best hockey. I love watching it when we play them. It is honestly, the kids come out to play that game and it is like very good hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched some of that on Live Barn. I saw.
Did you? You watched it on Live Barn? Yeah.
Yeah. Gritty goal.
Kale shot it out from the top and put it up in the top corner. Yeah, it was really great. It was really well done. So we had a busy week. We were also, the other thing about that Don Mills Arena, a couple things. Did you know that was an outdoor rink first and they built the structure around it?
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah.
That must have been a long time ago because I played there as a kid and it was indoors.
Well, then at least it's 60 years old. But but yeah, no, that was an outdoor rink. And the other thing I was trying to look up on is it's called the Don Mills Civitan Arena?
Civitan or something. Yeah,
Civitan Arena?
Yeah.
What is that? Do you know what that is?
No chance.
I was actually trying to figure that out while I was there for a bit. Did a little search on my phone, but I couldn't. My thumbs were cold, so I stopped. But yeah, my
memories of the rink was it had like a big stand on the far side, and now it's just like
small.
It's just decrepit,
and no snack bar.
No,
I've never been there when the snack bar's open. If there is one,
it's in the running for worst GTHL arena.
Great organization.
Terrible
arena.
Yeah, just a terrible rink. Although it's got Live Barn now, so that's great.
That's good. So you're happy. So it's moved up a couple notches.
They could put a few lights in there so you can actually see.
Yeah. So good. So we were there. We were at Scarborough Centennial. We had our beast workouts. We had our agent court practice. Puff, what other rinks were you at this past week?
I was in Fenside Arena on Sunday for Austin's game. We played North York Knights. We need to steal Fenside back from the NYHL. It is a great arena. The best dressing rooms in the city. Like it was huge. We would have thought we were in a junior rink.
And that's the one that's in like a neighborhood.
Yeah, it's in like York Mills, Don.
Yes,
York
I know
Mills,
it. Yeah.
I couldn't believe how big the dressing room was. It was humongous.
Opposite of Don Montgomery.
Yeah, and it was great. The ice was good. The only a little crowded in that snack bar warm area, but and the parking lot's not great. Right. But we were there the first game, so we got parking. So
for
everyone else.
Yeah, forget it. Yeah,
but
you're there early. You're there early.
Barn, yeah.
Do they have Live Barn?
They do have Live Barn too.
Look at Live Barn, just batting it out of the park here.
Oh yeah, Live Barn is taking game on to the woodshed right now.
Have you? Right. I would love to. We should do a little bit every week where you go, Puffy's emails to Live Barn, because I'm sure you're emailing them off.
I have sent North Toronto and Scarborough Village are my last two. I've been trying to get. Well, but they always send back nice replies like, yes, we are efforting. We are reaching out to the powers that be to make it happen. But unlike other places where you send those emails and no one's really doing anything, I believe the Live Barn people are on top of this.
Yeah, good. Well, listen, I believe it too. It seems like they've got a good little thing going on there. So a couple things, follow-ups from last week, actually, from our last time we talked. we talked about the PWHL logos. So apparently the story goes that I've heard from someone else is that they actually have logos, or they're almost done with their logos, but they needed to get the jerseys done in time for the league, and they weren't quite ready to approve the logos. So they went with those jerseys to start, and at some point, maybe through the season or maybe next year, but we do anticipate getting logos on those jerseys.
Okay.
And team names and all that kind of stuff.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
So they were in a bit of a rush, so they just went with a standard to get it going. So don't fret. It sounds like there's cool logos and cool things happening behind the scenes for that, number one. And the other follow-up I had, if you remember, you were talking about Clarkson Lauren Park, and I mentioned to you that's where I played, but it was Clarkson was a team and Lauren Park was a team. So we did a research. I said, I guess they merged somewhere along the line. And if you go to their website and you go to their frequently asked questions, they actually address this.
Oh, wow.
And so they say, based on recent statistics, hockey has dropped to the 3rd position in player participation in Canada. Soccer is the most participated sport in Canada, followed by swimming, then hockey.
Wow, swimming shocks me.
Yeah, this is the source is CBC, some Sports Junior article here.
I feel like the source is like Swimming National.
Swimming Nationals wrote this article. Due to the decrease in hockey registrations, it's not possible for all hockey associations to place teams at each skill level within each age group. Red, white, green, blue. So that's why Lauren Park and Clarkson merged. And it says here, Credit Valley and Applewood Hockey Associations announced that they will merge next season.
Oh, geez.
Therefore, leaving Lauren Park and Clarkson among the smaller associations based on current registrations. So there you go. And I also know there's a few other teams doing this too, or a few other organizations that this has happened to as well, because I was talking to a friend who has a team out in the West End, and I'm just quickly looking up where that is. I'll get back to you, but they had an organization that they were upset that was folding, and a bunch of the players were going to go to other teams, and they was worried about the other teams, players on their teams getting cut because there's players coming here, and so it's the opposite thing. But anyway, I guess that's what's happening. So soccer, swimming, hockey, we're seeing that. And I'm sure that's true because
swimming has to include like synchro.
Yeah.
Like
me in the summer polo, on the lake.
I think I can't believe swimming.
Swimming is surprising, isn't it? Swimming's number 2.
Competitive swimming. That was one I'm always like, I'm never letting my kids swim.
Well,
because that would be a tough
in our house. Yeah. Well, we do have a swimmer in our house. Yeah. So yeah. All right. So that was a little bit of updates on that. So there you go from last week.
Nice.
The other thing, GTHL dropped some big news today. I don't know if you know.
Okay. No,
they announced their 2024 Top Prospects game selection show details. So the GTHL is the 14th annual GTHL Top Prospects game, fueled by
Gatorade.
Nice. Lemon lime, my favorite flavor. It's going to take place on January 17th. So book your spot right now.
Scotia Pond.
No, at 7:30 the game will make its return to Herbert H. Carnegie Centennial Center.
Oh, wow.
As the top 40 GTHL under 16 AAA players go head to head. So it'll be the rosters will be announced during the GTHL Top Prospect Selection Show, fueled by Gatorade, on Wednesday, December 6th at 6 p.m. So you can follow them on Instagram or YouTube to get that. Each roster will include 2 goalies, 6 defensemen, and 12 forwards, and tickets will be announced at a later date. I think maybe we need to go.
I think we should. Yeah, I think we should be there.
We should be there
cool to see all the top kids.
That would be cool, actually. Like top 40.
And they're only 1 year older than Ozzy.
1 year older than Ozzy. That's right. Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. So it's an event, Mr. Oakman, Scotty Okie Dog. He says, he's excited to have this game. He said in a quote, excited to have the 2024 GTHL Top Prospect game make its return to Herbert H. Carnegie. This event is a staple in our hockey season calendar. Getting the opportunity to host the game in a facility named after someone whose legacy only continues to grow in importance today means a great deal to the league. It is an important reminder of the work we need to do and remain committed to. So that was from Scott Oakman. People like Connor McDavid, Mitch Marner, Darnell Nurse have all been part of this hockey game before.
And so that's great. Of NHL stars.
The who's who. Yeah. So they were part of this. Yeah. It's happening January 17th. GTHL putting on a big game for everybody. To the Rink podcast might be there. Don't know. We'll find out later. Yeah. Too far in the future.
We'll do a meet and greet.
Meet and greet with our fans. We set up a booth. No one shows up. That's okay.
We're just standing there.
Yeah. We have one fan. So that's okay. But with that, why everyone tunes in, Puff, do you want to give everybody this week's rankings?
The week 9 minor hockey ranking report. Okay, well, as always, we'll start in the U10 AAA. U10 continues to have G teams in the top 3 spots and 5 of the top 8 overall. Tough weekend for the top G teams at the Whitby Silver Stick Finals.
Oh, yeah.
The second-ranked Vaughan Kings and sixth-ranked JRC failed to get out of the group stage, while the Toronto Marlboros and the third-ranked Young Nats lost in the quarters. U10 AA has 3 of the top 10 teams are from the G, with the East Enders leading G teams in second spot after they lost in the Silver Stick Final this last weekend in Whitby to the Ottawa Valley Silver 7, who basically are AAA team. Those Ottawa teams at the younger ages, they sneak in these AA tournaments, but they're really AAA teams.
Yeah.
I actually saw that East Enders team tonight they were the game before Austin's. They were playing their bitter rivals, Ted Reeve, and it was a great game. 4-2, I think the East Enders won, but Ted Reeve gave them a heck of a game because usually those are kind of blowouts. East Enders have been killing everyone. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, good.
The 5th-ranked Toronto Wolverines lost for just the second time this regular season, falling 4-2 to the 14th-ranked Vaughan Rangers. U10 Single A still waiting for a G team in the top 10. The new top G team, though, is the Markham Islanders that are up to 32nd spot. The Islanders are rolling right now, 11 straight wins, including a big 7-2 win Monday night over the 38th-ranked Forest Hill at Thornhill Center West. Live Barn had the game. This is my only Live Barn complaint. Thornhill Center West, you can't see the scoreboard for both teams. You can only see the home score.
But doesn't Live Barn have it on the screen? No,
they do at sometimes they do, but not always. Right. And this rink would be a perfect one because you can't see the score otherwise. So it would be a lot of rinks you can just see the scoreboard, so it doesn't really matter. But it would be great for this one. U11 AAA still sees the G holding down the top 4 spots in 6 of the top 10. JRC remain in top spot despite suffering a 4-1 loss to the third-ranked Young Nats at Westwood Monday night. Just 2 points separate first place Marlboros, second place JRC, and third place Young Nats in the GTHL standings.
It's a tight race there.
U11 AA remains with just 2 G teams in the top 10, with Vaughan Panthers, the top G team, in 5th spot. The 8th-ranked Mississauga Beasts have been on a heater in GTHL play with 10 straight wins and have an 8-point lead in the West standings.
Right.
U11 Single A still has no G teams in the top 10, with the Leaside Flames falling back 1 spot to 17th. North Toronto sit 25th in Ontario despite having just 1 loss in GTHL play all season.
Tough group, it feels like then.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty tough Single A bracket.
Yeah.
U12 AAA remains a G-dominated loop, holding the top 5 spots in 7 of the top 8. Top-ranked North York Rangers beat the second-ranked JRC 3-1 Sunday to win the Silver Stick Finals in Whitby. The top 2 ranked teams in the U.S., Little Caesars and Middlesex Islanders, failed to make it to the Whitby final. tournament semifinal. So that's pretty impressive by the Canadian teams.
Yeah, Little Caesars not so hot and fresh.
Not so hot. U12 AA lost 2 teams from the top 10, with the Greater Toronto Capitals and Ted Reeve Thunder falling out. Still, 3 of the top 5 in Ontario are from the G. The top-ranked Faustina Toros continued their fine play, winning the Whitby Silver Stick last Sunday 3-2 over the 6th-ranked Gloucester Rangers.
I also forgot to mention this week I was in the Faustino's Toros barn again at the Weston Lions Arena, where they really have good fries, and we talked about it a couple of weeks ago. And in one of the display cases, they have an awesome Toros hat going back to when we ranked all the logos. There's actually a really cool hat with that logo on it. So I would love to get that.
So did they have my picture up there?
No.
As one of the featured alumni?
No. I couldn't find it. Maybe. I didn't look at every picture in there, though.
When I played for the Toros, like, we had to dress up in those Paperboy hats?
Yeah.
So we had those, and then it had the Toros logo on top.
That's cool. Do you still have it?
Oh, God, no. That would not have survived. Nary a move. But it was a pretty sweet hat. I remember I did enjoy it when I was a youngster.
Right on.
U12 Single A no longer has a GTHL team in the top 10, with the Vaughan Rangers falling one spot to 11th. Humber Valley Sharks, despite an 8-game GTHL winning streak, fell to 37th in Ontario after a few tough losses in Michigan last weekend. U13 AAA now has 4 teams in the top 10 from the G, with the Young Nats moving up to 10th. Huge game Friday when the top-ranked JRC, riding a 13-game winning streak, face off against the second-ranked Vaughan Kings at Chestwood Arena. If I wasn't in Kingston this weekend for a tournament, that's where I would be.
Nice.
U13 AA continues to have just one top team from the G, with Forest Hill moving up one spot to 9th. EastEnders and Vaughan Rangers are hot on their heels, sitting just outside the top 10 in 12th and 13th respectively. U13 Single A still has no teams in the top 10 from the G. Leaside Flames number 1 continues to be the top G team, moving up 5 spots to 34th, one ahead of West Hill. Leaside 1 and West Hill are separated by just 1 point in the standings, and they face each other next January 6th at St. Mike's.
Right on. In your calendar.
Yeah, I'm going to be there. U14 AAA now has the top 7 ranked teams, and are all from the G, with the Toronto Marlboros moving up to 7th following a strong performance at the Whitby Silver Stick last weekend. The second-ranked JRC beat the top-ranked Markham Majors in the semis before falling to the third-ranked Mississauga Senators in the final 2-1. U14 AA now has just 4 teams in the top 10 in Ontario, with the Mississauga Rattlers falling back to 15th. Vaughan Rangers, winners of 11 straight league games, moved up to 2nd spot in Ontario and just trail Upper Ottawa Valley Aces. U14 Single A lost 2 top 10 teams this week, but still has an impressive 7 of the top 10. More G teams are knocking at the top 10 door, with spots 11 to 16 all taken up by G teams.
Nice.
Toronto Eagles remain on top for a second week in a row.
Watch them soar.
U15 AAA continues to have the top 3 and 5 of the top 10 teams from the G, with the Toronto Marlboros and Vaughan Kings both moving up 1 spot to 5th and 9th respectively. Top-ranked JRC and second-ranked Toronto Titans face off this Sunday at Scotia Pond Rink 1.
Okay.
U15 AA now has 3 teams in the top 10 from the G, with Ted Reeve entering the top 10 and 9th spot.
Oh, nice.
On the heels of a 10-game winning streak. Vaughan Rangers dropped 1 spot from 2nd to 3rd. U15 Single A continues its dominance, holding down the 7 of the top 10, with Forest Hill remaining in top spot ahead of Don Mills, despite their loss to Ted Reeve.
Yes.
Ted Reeve holding firm in 12th.
Holding firm in 12th. We didn't crack the top 10,
no,
did we?
Did not crack. You're right there, but not yet.
Right there. Okay.
U16 AAA continues to have 3 of the top 4 and 5 of the top 7 from the G, with the Vaughan Kings taking over as the top team in Ontario after winning the Whitby Silver Stick, beating the third-ranked Toronto Marlboros 5-3 in the final. They face off again this Sunday at Paramount. U16 AA has just 1 team from the G in the top 10. Mississauga Beast are the lone team in 5th spot. Toronto Arrows have moved up to 21st spot following a big 3-2 win over the 16th ranked North York Knights Monday night. And finally, U16 single A sees the G continue to dominate, holding the top 3 spots in 6 of the top 10. Right. A new number 1 ranked team as North Toronto takes over top spot, followed by division rivals Markham Islanders.
Nice.
And that's so a little bit of movement, but
a little bit of movement.
I think as we go along here, it's going to see a lot of teams start getting cemented in their places.
Yeah, we're week 9. Is that right? Yeah. So week 9. Week 9, teams are in a groove. Yeah. You know, the games are getting more competitive. They're getting more intense, I'm sure. Yeah. You know, people want to hold on to records and keep going. So we're out of the beginning. We're into the mid-season pack run here.
Yeah.
Mid-season run.
Before, and then what? But the thing is, once you get past into that new year, the playoffs are around the corner. And if you're in that playoff positioning battle, you got to get some wins in.
Because when does playoffs start? February?
Late February.
February. Yeah.
Last week of February, first week of March.
I always felt like it started really early, but then last year we won a bunch, and then we were still playing into like April and late April. Yeah.
Well, that first year that we played after COVID,
right,
Barrett's team went to the city final. I think we were playing with like almost June.
Really, I kept going.
Super late.
Yeah. Well, that's great. Well, thanks for that rankings. Lots of movement. Good luck to all the teams this week. This weekend, I'm heading up to a tournament myself. This weekend, with Clive's team, the Leaside team.
Nice.
We're heading up to East Gwillimbury.
Really?
Oh, sure.
Are you going to stay at the Whitty Ranch?
I haven't told them I'm coming yet. Yeah.
You should just and Clive just monk in there.
It's Clive and I all weekend. We got a Friday night game. We're going to Boston Pizza. We've got bowling booked with the team. He's playing goalie for one of the games.
Seriously?
Yeah. So we got a busy week, and then just the way it worked out, we have his like team party on Sunday at the rec room. So it's like tournament, rec room. I'm with the Leaside Flames from Friday to Sunday all the way through.
Nice. Bring your V. I was just at rec room last Friday with the boys, and you're just basically handing them money.
That's
just
it.
Like here, just
another
round in this.
I know money. It's crazy. It's crazy how much you used to go to an arcade for like $5. Now it's like $500.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. I'm also heading away this weekend.
Where to?
We're heading to Kingston.
Oh,
for Barrett's team's playing Kingston
That's this
Canadians
weekend.
This weekend. Nice. Yeah, it's Kingston Canadians tournament.
Where are you staying?
So we're at a hotel in Kingston.
The Ambassador?
I booked it. I can't remember. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I've stayed at the Ambassador a few times in Kingston.
Yeah. I'm hoping
great patio at the Jack Astor's downtown.
It's not really patio season though.
No, well.
But do you think I can mix it up with the local Queen students?
For sure, you can.
I can get in that mix.
Yeah, 100%, no problem.
Everyone.
I mean, they may think you're a prof and you've been there for a while until you start speaking.
As long as they don't think I'm a narc.
No. Just say you're a prof.
Yeah.
Bypass the line there at the mansion. All right. Well, that's our episode this week. Thanks, Puffy. Anything else you need to add?
No, just safe travels for everyone.
Yeah. Safe travels. Good luck to this week's games this weekend. Have a great time. Thanks for listening on Spotify, Apple, all places you can hear us. You can follow us on YouTube now. We also have a YouTube channel. I don't know if you know that, Puff.
I did not.
You can follow us on YouTube, Instagram, share, like, review. We appreciate it. Stoff, thanks again for helping us do this, and really appreciate it. Everyone have a great week. We'll talk to you soon. And stay tuned to later on this week for our interview with Jamie Edwards. Puff.
Yes.
Episode 14. Are you ready?
Hold on. Start that again. I thought we were still. I was reading something.
No, that's a great intro.
On the internet.
Oops.